Welcome back to Drawing 10,000 Pikmin from Comment Suggestions. It's me, once again, ya boy, Wee Urchin, and let's get right into it. PyroTF2 asks, can I be a green Pikmin dressed as a Ghostbuster? I don't think I have the power to specifically turn you into a glow Pikmin Ghostbuster, but I do have the power to draw that. This person has been waiting a long time to get their Ghostbuster glow Pikmin. So I decided I'd put them in first so that finally they can have their glow Pikmin Ghostbuster and they'd be happy. So I want to take the time to say, I did say that at the end of my last videos, but since I assume most people don't watch the outros, if you don't see your Pikmin in this episode or the next or whichever episode you're watching and you commented a good while ago, I'm just letting you know, if I hearted your comment, it means I'm gonna make it. It means it's in my list. It's just that I have enough comments to last me nearly 7 episodes. But I swear that once I see a comment, I save it, I screenshot it, I put it on my computer, and it's there. And I even kind of have little lineups planned for different episodes. So if you haven't gotten your Pikmin yet, be not afraid. You will get your Pikmin eventually. I swear. And here's our Glow Ghostbuster. Glowbuster? I'm surprised this request wasn't to make the Glow Pikmin into Slimer, since both are, green ghosts. But who knows? Maybe this elusive Ghostbuster fan will return with other requests from this classic movie franchise. Okay, gonna go out on a limb and assume this is pronounced Junebug and not June-E-Bug. So Junebug777 asks for an X-ray Pikmin. So let's X-ray that there Pikmin. So if you know anything about Pikmin, you'll know that these guys are little plant guys, not flesh and meat guys. But did you know that ice and rock Pikmin are actually little parasite Pikmin that take refuge inside of ice blocks and rocks? There's a good chance that these are the same little parasite Pikmin that infect Bulborbs to become Bulbmin. So, I thought the X-ray could reflect a little parasite inside of the ice Pikmin, and I gave it the look of a sunflower core because I thought it was pretty. I added some roots as little nerves, and BAM! We have our X-rayed ice Pikmin. I mostly picked ice because it's the only time that hasn't gotten proper representation in these drawings as of yet. The only technical ice Pikmin we got was that melted one that became a puddle in the last episode. So I figured we should give ice Pikmin a proper entry in this series. Okay, for this one, I combined 2 suggestions into one. First, we have I Kick Rocks, who asks me to do one that is making little waffles for the other Pikmin. And in parentheses, I really like the yellow ones. And then we have Doing Circles Now. I guess we're doing circles now. Who asks, could you do a Pikmin in a chicken costume, please? To which I replied, in all of my elite ball knowledge, chicken and Winnigus. So obviously I thought I'd do a combo of chicken and waffles. The classic American breakfast that we all know and love. Which I actually did try at Disney World when I went there at the beginning of the year with my family. It was like a family trip, and wow, that's a weird fucking combo, I gotta say. But since both were yellow Pikmin and that connection kind of jumped out at me, I figured I should do that. I should combine them. So one Pikmin is making a ton of little waffles and the other is stuck as a roast chicken. What a cute couple they make! I like that these suggestions kind of turned into a little situation where they interact. Hopefully we get more Pikmin interacting in the future. I don't know, I just kind of like that.
Did he not ship? Did he not dream? He was only human, but yes, he was chicken and waffles.
Next up, William Green 9431 asked me to draw Doctor Who Pikmin or Zelda and Mario Pikmin. So my question back is, what about all 3? So, you might notice that we make a lot of yellow Pikmin today. At first I was going to make each of these one of the 3 primary types. For the Doctor, I picked David Tennant's, since he's my favorite, is a yellow Pikmin, because both are kind of goofy, and that was honestly my whole reasoning behind it. Then I was going to make Zelda a blue Pikmin, but I kind of realized that the yellow Pikmin ears made for great elf ears, and that really tied the look together. So I just had 2 yellows, and then Mario's a red Pikmin in his Red Star outfit from Mario Galaxy, since I think it looks awesome. But you know, it's funny. When I was a kid, around 10 years old, I really, really loved Doctor Who, like to death. And I actually began writing because I wanted to make fanfics of Doctor Who. Not like weird stuff. I mean, I was just 10, but like just going to new places and stuff like that. And having companions from all over the time stream and whatever. And nowadays, I still do a lot of writing, but now I actually make video games. For the past 2 years, I've been working on a game called Hill of the Spectre. It's a little horror adventure game where you play as this girl who can talk to dead people, and you go around your small town solving mysteries. It's a really big passion project, honestly. I've been really invested in the making of this. And more recently, I've started working on a puzzle game with another smaller team. Just cause it's fun. I like puzzle games. I kind of juggle both projects plus this Pikmin series in my personal life and cartoons if I ever go back to making those. Eventually, I guess. But yeah, if you'd like to learn more about my other projects, just follow my page and I'll let you know more as we finish more stuff. But anyways, sorry for the tangent. Let's look at the Pikmin. I think these turned out really well. I didn't mention up until now, but I drew some bases for my Pikmin, essentially just like little reference sketches, to keep them looking a bit more consistent, because I realized last episode that some of my Pikmin sizes were pretty off and not as consistent as I wish they were. But here, now, I think they look a little better, a little good. Scaled Gator suggests I make a glass of water with 3 ice Pikmin swimming in it. That is a fantastic idea. I guess we're continuing the trend of drawing one very large object every episode. First there was the Four Loko can, then the Glock, and now there's this glass of water. But I have to say, this was not nearly as long and minute to make as those other two. However, I did realize something after making it. I realized that 3 Pikmin would probably not fit inside that well without it becoming a bit crowded, because I made the glass pretty small, all things considered. So I decided to add a little springboard for the 3rd guy. I think that just adds a lot of whimsy to the whole thing. Honestly, overall, this was a really creative idea, really fun concept. I really like drawing. I don't really have much to say on it. I just really like the idea of making 3 little Pikmin taking a little plunge, taking a little dip in the water. I think that's fun. Okay, once again, I'm combining 2 suggestions together, but this one makes a lot more sense than the last one. Minor Mario 498 wants me to make a Bulbmin in a Whiptongue Bulborb cosplay. I think it'd look cute. I agree. And then Yapper.mp3, also known as Grape Juice, asked me to make different grub dogs as types of Pikmin. For those who don't know, grub dogs are essentially most type of Bulborbs and Bulblaxes in the game, and also water dumples for some fucking reason. So I meshed the 2 together, and I got to grub dogging around. I'm pretty sure this is the most Pikmin I've drawn for a quote-unquote single suggestion. Definitely the most Bulbmin I've drawn for a single suggestion. I wasn't gonna do every single grub dog, since this episode would have featured like 30 fucking Pikmin, and I try to keep things a little balanced between the episodes, so I went with the Whiptongue, of course, and then the Fiery Bulblax, the Snowy Bulborb, the Spotty Bulbear, the Moldy Bulborb, and finally the illustrious Water Dumple. I kind of tried to have some from all across the series. I thought that was just like a fun thing to do. And if you guys want the rest of the grub dogs, even the fuck-ass aquatic enemies from Hey Pikmin, then let me know. Bam! 6 Bulbmin in quote-unquote 1 suggestion. This is probably gonna catapult the Bulbmin population in our numbers.
But I'm not done yet.
Because Gooside asked for a little Bulbmin dressed up as Ivy from Deadlock carrying an ivy leaf. Now, full disclosure, I know nothing about Deadlock. So I looked Ivy up for reference images, and apparently she's this gargoyle mobster, which is, admittedly, pretty sick. I do also like that the commenter had her carry an ivy leaf. That's a great little pun. We love great little puns. I did my best to do her justice, even though I don't know diddly about her. I don't know if you'll like it, but I like to think I did a decent job. Okay, next up we have a triple suggestion. User Table Basse de Chevet, which translates roughly to a bedside coffee table from French, asked for a baby Snagret with a birthday hat, a yellow Pikmin dancing with a blunt, and a blue Pokemon, gonna assume that's a typo and that was supposed to be Pikmin, with a pride flag. I ended up doing them in reverse order, so I did the blue Pikmin, and since some might be sad that I didn't make a blue Pokemon Pikmin, I'll make it up to you by adding a second epic pride flag, the trans flag, because trans people are awesome and epic and cool, okay? Then I made the yellow Pikmin and gave him that Ralsei Deltarune type blunt while he's hitting the Squidward shuffle on the dance floor. And finally, our little baby Snagret with a birthday hat. Look at this murderous little baby. Look at him. These were 3 very different requests, but honestly, I kind of liked it. I like nonsensical pairings like this, so this was an awesome suggestion. Thank you, Table Basse de Chevet. Alright, so my buddy Alexis asked for a Pikmin that is in the 4th dimension, beyond human comprehension, but is actually a chill guy. What the fuck? Okay, so I drew a red Pikmin, since the red ones are the least prone to anxiety out of the original trio, and then I just fucked around with the filters and tools until it looked pretty much unrecognizable. Let it be clear that I had no idea what I was gonna do with this prompt when I got it, from a friend no less. I was kinda stumped, gonna be super honest. But here, I think the final result works well enough. Fuck you, Alexis. But also, love you, Pookie! And our final Pikmin for today, continuing the tradition we've started as of 2 episodes ago, some more Deltarune characters. Yay! And for a final time this episode, I combined 2 similar requests. Corin Neverborn asked me to make Susie, Ralsei, and Lancer Pikmin to go with Chris. But Mini Walker Lover 3737 asked, could you do the rest of the fun gang as Pikmin, please? Now, how could I represent both requests equally when Susie, Ralsei, and Chris are basically the entire fun gang? Well, I added the other 2 most prominent people who've joined our group since Chapter 1. Of course, I had to do Noelle. She's a big part of Chapter 2. And, I mean, in general, she's just like one of the main characters. And honestly, making an Ice Pikmin with reindeer colors looked a bit weird, but, you know, I think it looks alright in the end. And of course, the one other party member that is in literally every chapter with us, and in most of the Dark Worlds we explore as well, I am of course referring to the original Star Walker, the GOAT of Deltarune. And splunk, here's our full fun gang. Yes, I could have included Birdly, who also helps us in the end of Chapter 2, or Rules, or Jevil, or Spamton, since they're part of our key items, but you'll have to ask for them, because I want to keep this Deltarune train going. And once again, that is every Pikmin we made today. But, before we leave, let's take a look at those good old stats. Truth be told, if I had the space, I'd probably have put more comments here, because a lot of them were just excellent today, honestly. Also, unsurprisingly, Bulbmin have taken the lead in the Pikmin count, even if I'd made all 3 colors of the Pikmin 1 trio for Doctor Who, Zelda, and Mario, Blues and Bulbmin would still be tight. I don't know, I think that's pretty funny. We had 0 Pikmin 3 suggestions today. I hope we get more eventually, because honestly, the 2 Pikmin 3 types are my favorites. And that's all I got for today. Hope you guys are interested in hearing more about those games I mentioned I'm making, like my other projects. Being able to live off of just making games and art content, that's like my biggest dream. I still have some safety nets in place, you know, if that doesn't work out. I'm starting uni soon, and I've been looking for a job since I lost mine a few months ago. But to someday be able to just make art for a living, that is a dream I hold on to dearly. And with that, hope you guys have a nice one. See ya.